Today's lesson is on discounts and markup. First, we're going to look at our key idea for discounts and markups. A discount is a decrease in the original price of an item. To make a profit, stores charge more than what they pay. The increase from what the store pays to the selling price is called a markup. For our first example, we're finding a sale price. The original price of the shorts is $35. What is the sale price? We have two methods we're going to look at. For method 1, first find the discount. The discount is 25% of $35. We're going to use our percent equation. A equals P times W. P is going to be our percent and W is our whole. So we're doing 25% of $35, which would be 0.25 or 25 hundredths times 35. So A would equal 8.75 or 8 and 75 hundredths. Now we'll find the sale price. The sale price would be equal to the original price minus the discount. The original price was $35 and the discount is $8.75. When we subtract, we're going to get 26.25 or $26.25. For our second method, first find the percent of the original price. So we take 100%, because our percents are always out of 100, we subtract our discount, which was 25%, and we will get 75%. Next, we'll find the sale price. The sale price would be 75% of $35. 75% as a decimal is 0.75 or 75 hundredths. Then we'll multiply that by 35, and once again we get 26.25 or $26.25. If you look at our study tip, a 25% discount is the same as paying 75% of the original price. Now we have an additional example. You can pause the video and try it on your own, or you may follow along. The original price of a skateboard is $50. The sale price includes a 20% discount. What is the sale price? First, we're going to write down our equation, which is A equals P times W. Our percent was 20%, and that as a decimal is 0.20. And our whole, or our price, is $50. So we're going to be multiplying that by 50. And 20% or 20 hundredths times 50 would be $10. That would be our discount. Now we need to find our sale price. So we're going to have that our sale price would be equal to the original price, which was $50, minus our discount, which is 10, and 50 minus 10 is going to be 40. So our sale price is $40. That was our first method. We now want to look at our second method. For our second method, we're going to take 100% minus our discount, which was 20%, and we'll find that we're going to be paying 80% of the price. This was 100% and this was 20%. So we'll find 80% of our price now. So our sale price is equal to 80% of $50. 80% as a decimal is 0.80. So we're going to be multiplying that by 50. And 80 hundredths times 50 is 40. So again, we get $40. So our sale price for both methods would be $40. For our second example, we're finding an original price. What is the original price of the shoes? You can see it says the shoes are 40% off, and now they're $33. We want to know the original price. What were they before that discount? So what is the original price of the shoes? The sale price is 100% minus 40%, or 60% of the original price. So we want to answer the question, 33 is 60% of what number? So we'll use our percent equation, A equals P times W. Our percent was 60%, and so they substitute in 0.6, which is 6/10, which is the same thing as 0.60 or 60 hundredths. We don't know the whole, we don't know that original price, but we know our sale price was 33. Now we can solve this by dividing both sides by 6/10, and that will then solve for W, and 33 divided by 6/10 is 55. So the original price of the shoes is $55. Now we have an additional example. You can pause the video and try it on your own, or you may follow along. The discount on a DVD is 50%. It is on sale for $10. What is the original price of the DVD? So first we're going to start out with, if we know that we start with 100%, subtract the discount, which was 50%, and that gives us 50%. So we're going to solve that $10 is 50% of what number? So now we're going to use our equation, A equals P times W. Our percent was 50%, and that is a decimal, is 0.5 or 0.50. It doesn't matter which one you use. Of what number? We don't know the whole, so we're going to be multiplying that by W. And then A would be 10. So to solve this, we're going to be dividing both sides by 50 hundredths, and that will then give us W. And 10 divided by 50 hundredths is 20. So W would be $20. So the original price is $20. So if it was $20, our discount was 50%, where we paid half of the price, half of 20 is 10. And the story problem tells us it's on sale for $10. For our third example, we're finding a selling price. A store pays $70 for a bicycle. The percent of markup is 20%. What is the selling price? We have two methods we're going to look at. For our first method, we're first going to find the markup. The markup is 20% of $70. So we'll use our equation, A equals P times W. Our percent is 20%, or 20 hundredths as a decimal, and we'll multiply that by $70. So 20% times 70, or 20 hundredths times 70, is 14. So our markup is $14. Now we'll find the selling price. The selling price will be equal to the cost to the store, and the cost of the store was $70, plus our markup, which is $14, and 70 plus 14 is 84. So the selling price is $84. Our second method can be solved by using a ratio table. The selling price is 120% of the cost to the store. Because the store pays $70, that's 100% of the price. They mark it up 20%, so really they're paying 100, or the person buying it is paying 120% of what the store paid. So for our ratio table, we have percent in dollars. So at 100%, it's $70. That's what the store paid for it. If you mark it up 20%, we could find 20% of $70. So to go from 100% to 20%, we would be dividing by 5. So then 70 divided by 5 is 14. So 20% is 14. And then if we start with 20%, we want 120%, we could then multiply by 6, because 20 times 6 is 120. So then 14 times 6 is 84. So 120% would be $84. The selling price then is $84. Now we have an additional example. You can pause the video and try it on your own, or you may follow along. A store pays $75 for an aquarium. The markup is 20%. What is the selling price? So first we can use our equation. We'll do both methods again. We have A equals P times W. So this is going to be equal to our percent, which is 20% or 20 hundredths, or if you said 2/10, that's fine. And then W is 75. So then times 75. And 20 hundredths times 75 is 15. So A would be equal to 15, or our markup is going to be $15. Now we need to find the selling price. The selling price would be equal to the cost plus the markup. The cost is $75. So the store pays $75 for the item. It marks it up 20%, and 20% of 75 is 15. So we'll add 15, and 75 plus 15 is 90. So the selling price of the item will be $90. Now we can use our table for our second method. So for our table, we're going to have percent on the left-hand side and the amount in dollars on the right-hand side. So at 100%, it was $75. We mark it up 20%, so we want to find 20%. So to go from 100% to 20%, we're going to divide by 5. So then $75 divided by 5 would be 15. So we found that 20% of 75 would be 15. We want to know 120% because we have the 100% of the original plus the 20% of the markup, which is 120%. So 20% times 6 gives us 120%. So then we could do 15 times 6, and we would get 90, because 15 times 6 is 90. So we know that 120% is $90. So you can see for both methods, we found the selling price would be $90. Don't forget to fill out your notes, and remember to watch the video again if needed.